Anyway, the holidays in New Mexico are a celebration of history and tradition. A tradition of luminarias and farolitos, snowshoeing at midnight and powder skiing in the bright sunshine, pueblo and tribal dances and feasts, brightly colored parades on the streets. Clearly, lots of things to do here. Talking about how to celebrate the holidays in New Mexico is Heather Briganti, the communications director from the New Mexico Department of Tourism. So lots of things going on, obviously. This is one of my favorite times of the year.
Mine too.
In New Mexico.
I love the holidays.
But we're going to talk about 3 specific events.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first one I want to talk to you about is Christmas on the Pecos, which happens in Carlsbad. You know, it's about 4.5 hours away, so this is a great opportunity to go down there, spend the night, and see more of that area of the state. But Christmas on the Pecos is, there are more than 100 houses along the banks of the Pecos River down there, and they all decorate their backyards just beautifully with lights. And then you can take a boat tour down and see all of the lights lining the river. So this is something that the people who live in Carlsbad are really proud of, and they spend a lot of time on.
You know, I've had a few friends that have done it in the past few years, and they say that it is probably one of the best things they've ever done in New Mexico during the holiday season. Because it is just so breathtaking, and partly because you wouldn't think like a riverfront ride is something that you would do in New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, and Carlsbad is really known so much for the caverns, so this is something completely different that you can do down there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you can go a little bit further north up to Elephant Butte. They've got something going on as well, right?
Yeah, so a little bit closer into Albuquerque at Elephant Butte, they're doing a Luminaria walk, so they're going to have thousands of luminarias along the beach there.
Wow.
And they connect campsites, and then at the campsites you can get things like pozole and s'mores and hot cocoa. This is a really special event, and then they do a parade of lights with the boats on the water.
Oh, no kidding.
So another water event in southern New Mexico, just really special with the lights on the boats.
Yeah.
The whole family will love it.
You know, it's funny because you, again, as I said, us being a landlocked state, you wouldn't think of a lot of water attractions, but partly because we are sort of, you know, we're in a desert, we're not in Michigan, we're not, you know, where it gets freezing cold, you can still enjoy places like the Butte, like the Pecos. During this time
I mean,
of year.
really, you know, you might need a jacket, but that's it. Yeah, you're right. It's no Michigan. So.
Yeah, it's no Michigan, thank goodness. Also, of course, you mentioned it. Now, before we get to this third event, because we're going to talk about Luminarias in Santa Fe, do you say Luminarias? Do you say Farolitos?
So I say both. I moved here a couple of years ago to Albuquerque. Of course, here I learned Luminarias, but now I work up in Santa Fe, so say Farolitos up there. So so I use both depending on where I am.
It's so funny because I've also heard, you know, and someone made the point that Farolitos, they are the little candles in the bag, that those are Farolitos. Luminarias are more like big bonfires. But I'm the same way. I grew up here in Albuquerque. We always called them Luminarias.
Yeah.
So Luminarias, Farolitos, whatever it is, Santa Fe has them.
Right, and they're both beautiful. So, well, they're the same things. They are beautiful. But yes, in Santa Fe, they have the Farolito Walk along Canyon Road. So all of the galleries are open on Christmas Eve. As you know, there are dozens upon dozens of galleries along Canyon Road. So to make it even more beautiful, they add the Farolitos, and then they have carolers. And I think this is a great thing to take friends and family who are coming to visit from out of state, just for this beautiful New Mexico holiday atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. And Canyon Road is such a great place year round. There's so many great galleries.
It's stunning.
But there is something really magical and special about Santa Fe on Christmas Eve. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But it is something, really, if someone comes to New Mexico and they want to experience that postcard New Mexico holiday, I mean, you can't do any better.
Absolutely, and the plaza is going to be beautiful, during, you know, throughout the holiday season as well. So it's such a walking-friendly city. So
absolutely.
Great time to get around there.
Absolutely. So Heather, if people want more information on this, they want to find out everything else that's going on, what's the best place for us to go online?
Yeah, we have a great roundup of holiday events listed at newmexico.org/holidays.
newmexico.org/holidays. Of course, we will have that at casa.com, so head over there or get a full recap of this interview. Heather, thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All right.